I'm Bianca Nobilo, and this is CNN News Now. A rescue ship carrying more than 600 migrants remains stranded between Sicily and Malta after Italy's new populist government turned it away. Spain has agreed to allow the Aquarius to dock, but humanitarian workers on board say the ship is overloaded and doesn't have enough food and water to make it to Spain. British Prime Minister Theresa May has told Parliament that she warned US President Donald Trump about his tariffs on steel and aluminum, saying they will make everyone poorer. She also called for dialogue with the US about the tariffs, but said the EU will counter them. Shockwaves in the world of digital currencies. The hacking of a South Korean virtual currency exchange has triggered a loss of tens of billions of dollars of value in just hours. News of the cyber heist stunned cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. South Korea's CoinRail temporarily suspended trading and is cooperating with investigators. Investors in digital currencies know that to mine or access their funds takes a lot of computer power. But Apple just announced that it's updating its app guidelines to ban cryptocurrency mining on the iPhone and iPad. The complex process used to ensure security also drains batteries, generates excessive heat, and strains mobiles. Well, that's your CNN News Now. I'm Bianca Nobilo.
It begins the moment we're born and continues through our lives. It's a desire to be heard, because being heard.
I'm at your quest. These are the top business headlines on CNN. The IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde says threats to the economy are getting stronger, making reference to last weekend's tumultuous G7 meeting. Christine Lagarde didn't specifically name US President Donald Trump, but she said current challenges to the global trading system could hurt business confidence. Choppy trading on Wall Street. The Dow closed up just 6 points, with the S&P and the Nasdaq posting tiny gains as well. Investors are looking ahead to Tuesday's Federal Reserve meeting. Italy's new economy minister has calmed investors' fears, saying the new coalition government has no intention of leaving the euro. Instead, Giovanni Tria is planning to cut debt. The euro strengthened and Italy's stock exchange gained almost 3.5%. Daimler will recall 774,000 vehicles in Europe to update the software related to emissions after intensive talks with the German government. The company says it wants to clarify open legal questions regarding its engine software. The US is putting new sanctions on Russia in response to cyber attacks. The Treasury Department cites 3 individuals and 5 entities and says they all have ties with Russia's main intelligence service. They're accused of destabilizing cyber activities across the globe. Those are the business headlines. I'm Richard Quest in London.
Hi there, I'm Don Riddell with your CNN World Sport headlines. The 2018 World Cup is now less than 3 days away, and many of the teams who'll be playing in Russia have been arriving and setting up camp. That includes the 5-time champions and perennial favourites Brazil, who landed in Sochi on Monday. Of course, all eyes on Neymar, who's recovered from a broken foot to become his country's joint 3rd top goal scorer. Not everyone is in Russia yet, though. Belgium and Costa Rica had time for one last friendly on Monday in Brussels, and the Belgians came from behind to thrash Los Ticos 4-1. Romelu Lukaku scored 2 of the goals. Much is expected of the Belgians, and they certainly don't seem to have any problems finding the net, scoring 11 times in their 4 warm-up games this year. From teams playing at the World Cup to news of a former world champion, the Frenchman Patrick Vieira, who won the tournament 20 years ago, has just left his position as head coach of New York City FC, moving to France, where he'll take charge of Nice. The 41-year-old had been tipped to replace Arsene Wenger at Arsenal before the appointment of Unai Emery. Nice finished 8th in Ligue 1 last season, missing out on a Europa League place by only a point. Vieira had guided New York to back-to-back playoff appearances in his first 2 seasons. That is a quick look at your sports headlines. I'm Don Riddell.
I'd like to donate these books. I no longer have space for them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm Atika Schubert in Berlin, and this is CNN.
future, and it's coming at us faster than we think. From Seattle,